Our league, I've said this for a while, our league is way better than it's been, especially about 1 through 7. To me, and watching film Memphis, to me this is the best team Josh has had since I've been playing against him. This is their 3rd year back in our league. Shaq Goodwin's as good as any senior big guy in the country. Dedrick Lawson's got multiple NBA scouts here to see him play. Then they got 5 guards that are all got tremendous speed and quickness. Their Achilles heel has been shooting, but tonight obviously it wasn't. They're 340 out of 345 coming into tonight, I think, in field goal percentage. But when they make shots, they're really they made shots at UConn and lost a heartbreaker at UConn. And when they make shots, they're really good. So I just think there's a lot of there may not be the team that certain experts want to see out there like Kentucky was last year. I think there's a lot of good college basketball teams, and I think Memphis is one of them. So we're happy to get the win.
Talked yesterday about needing to get more from Shaq.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for much more than you got.
Yeah, we talked him right up, didn't we? I think down the stretch here, Shaq is going to have to be a factor for us. That's why I talked to him about it. I want him to be more aggressive. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to look to be productive. Now this kind of game is more his kind of game. The more up and down the game gets, and defensive him, when the game tends to screech to a halt, it's really not his type of game. He's more comfortable in a game like this, but he prepared for it. His last 3 days of practice, he prepared for what went on tonight.
You also mentioned yesterday about getting shots earlier in the shot clock. This game lent itself to that.
It's still a struggle with this team, and it's just such a change, I think, mostly for Troy from last year. What the kids went through. I haven't talked about it all year, but they lost their coach, and poor Larry has to go start being a head coach and call plays, which is not his job as an assistant, really. The assistants usually do the defense. And we had 6 new guys, and we just had to play slower last year to get everybody on the same page. It's just how we had to play, which was really his first year playing point guard for us. He was a backup as a freshman. So it's such an adjustment for him. But I'm not letting up on it. So
they did a better job tonight. Right?
Yeah.
They were shooting like 10
I still want him to throw it ahead more. I want to attack more early in the clock. Now it's easier when a team like Memphis wants to run with you. I mean, these other teams, it's hard when other teams sprint back and do everything they can to stop you. But we have got to continue to play that way. We've had so many games where, you see, we've played 2 more league games in Memphis already, to where now we got some breaks where we had a chance to just worry about us and improving Monday and Tuesday instead of just trying to get some rest and get ready for the next game all the time. Where we had a chance to get back to trying to play faster on offense. I think we're a better team when we do it on the offensive end.
Did you sense anything in the locker room before this game? Greater sense of urgency or anything? They go out to
No.
the start.
No, the guys know. The guys understand. We've had one game where we felt we didn't have great intensity this year. The home loss to Temple, and that was a tie game with 3 minutes to play. And Temple's good. They're proving that out. They're a very good team. But we've played hard all year. We just, it's been some tough situations. Hopefully it makes us better. Obviously I'm really happy for Troy.
When I asked Troy Mick if he thought this was his team now, he said, it's a team game. We have 5 guys, so on and so forth. Do you want him to take ownership of his team?
Well, I really, Shaq and Octavius and Troy would be the 3 main guys. I mean, we really talk about team, so that's why he's going to give you that answer. My conversation with him is kind of, helping him through what he's gone through this year, having the ball in his hands with everybody expecting him to be a hero all the time. And to whom much is given, much is expected, which is easy for me because I make a lot of money and I'm an adult. But for a young kid, this day and age, to be in that position, it's tough. He's still just a kid. He just turned 20 a couple months ago. And it's a process. And I told him, you got to keep fighting through it. We got to keep fighting through it, and you got to believe in yourself. Because life in the spotlight, when everybody's expecting big things from you and people want you to deliver, there's ups and downs, and it's not always ups. You're gonna have some tough plays at the end of the game, and you got to learn from it. And we're not going to give up on you. I believe in you. So I'm just happy for him. I think, though, to answer your question, Doc, the more consistent play that he delivers, and I think the more it does become that, to answer your question.
Was it easier to groom SK for that role because he was older, a couple years older and a little bit?
Much older, 3 years older.
Yeah.
I mean, really, because he didn't really assume that role until his senior year because Kashmir Wright was there as a junior. So, he was a fifth-year guy, and he had that personality anyway.
You got another team coming up.
Yeah, Tulane.
You talk about not looking too far ahead.
One at a time. The best thing I heard tonight in that locker room after the game was Octavius said, "Hey, I mentioned we got to get rest and we got a game Sunday at noon." He said, "We got to play them one at a time." So, he immediately spoke up. He's been giving us great leadership lately. I think the key to the game tonight was his defense in the last 5 minutes without fouling. 2 block shots, great D without fouling. But Tulane, it's not about them. It's about us. That's how we try to approach it. Obviously, there's challenges. You got to learn their personnel and all that. But our goal is to make sure we come ready to play every night. And since I think we've really just focused, really done a good job of focusing on that, I'd say that we're 3-2, but easily could have been 5-0. But we're just playing better. So we just got to keep it at the one at a time. But yeah, Tulane's a team that's got, you got teams like that got nothing to lose. They're going to beat somebody. It's coming. You just don't want it to be you. You watch all these games and you see teams getting clipped, just like Oklahoma State. They came close against Oklahoma. You could see they were going to get somebody. 3 nights later, they beat Kansas 20. So you just got to make sure you're ready. That's why I say late in the year seniors are important because they have the sense of urgency.
Mick Troy said that it was big having Kenny Morton in the locker room at halftime, and they want to honor former players like him with their play. What did it mean to just have him in there and just talk to the guys?
Oh, well, he's it's like I go back a long way with Ken. We knew each other when we were broke. I was here all 4 years with him. It's great to see him just on a personal level, but it's great to have them guys. We have guys around all the time. Like Corey Blunt was at practice yesterday. So we get tremendous support from all of our former players. Obviously, it's tougher for Ken. He's living in California right now. So the kids know him, though. So I think when he shows up, it matters to them. They realize they're a part of something bigger than themselves. So that's why it's great to have him here because I think if he still cares, you better play well. He's taking time to come see you from California. I mean, and you need to be thankful for your opportunity. So it means a lot. And Sean Myrick was here as well. He's in California as well.
Did you feel like you needed to have a talk with Troy about we're not giving up on you after that turnover Sunday?
I mean, it's not. It's not like a long 20-minute go to lunch talk. It's just the way I treat him. That it's to whom much is given, much is expected. When people give you the ball and you're the point guard for the Bearcats. I mean, it's not always going to be easy. I try to reference how my existence. I kid around all the time. I tell them, you know how it is when we lose. Your parents all say I can't coach, and all your friends say I should get fired. I mean, I'm well aware of that. I still go home and work with Sammy on her schoolwork, but you can't let it bother you. It's just much easier as an adult, though. It's hard for the kids. That's why I said after the Temple game I felt bad for him. That's why tonight I feel really good for him and great for Shaq as well. Because, it's just a lot of pressure on all these kids, on all these teams. I think people would just forget at times they're just kids.
It feels good to win that way, you know what I'm saying? Because the last couple that we lost was because of a rebound that we didn't grab or a box out that we didn't do or a late turnover, and I'm just glad that as a team that, we closed out the game well. We did have those last 2 rebounds off their missed shots, and we didn't turn the ball over. And, that's how you finish games. And that's one thing that we've been preaching on, for the past couple of days, to finish. And I think we did that tonight.
You guys got off to a fast start. What was
Yeah, because we know that it hasn't been going the way that we wanted to at the moment. You know, Coach tells us it's one game at a time and just play hard. And he says, you know, come out ready. And also, we wanted to do it for our senior Ak. You know, he's from Memphis, so he had a different kind of tone to him. You know, he was amped up before the huddle and before the game, before we went out for tip-off. And I don't know what he told Shaq, but I'm sure he was very amped up. You know, he took this one personal, and his vibes, you know, we fed off his vibes.
Did he say something to you?
No.
You were a lot more aggressive tonight
Yeah.
offensively. Is that something Mick talked to you about, or how did that come about?
I just try to be aggressive. I've been strung a little bit, and I just try to come out, try to be aggressive, and just be in attack mode, and just try to find my mid-range shot. I just been in the gym just working on it after practice, and just try to stay confident.
You guys like that pace was a little faster than usual.
Yeah.
Earlier in the year, it seemed like you were scoring earlier in the
Yeah.
shot clock. We talked about that, Jim. Does that pace suit you guys, or how did that?
It just depends on the game, for real. It just depends on the game. And a team like Memphis, they're a great transition team, and we try to just get back in transition. And we just try to play at that type of pace.
Troy, what do you think about playing at that pace?
I think it's very good for us. You know, some games are slower than others, but when you can match a team's energy, because they're a very up and down team, that was the main point the coaches brought up, was their transition. You know, it kind of helps us out. Our wings get to running. You know, my man Shaq get to running, Farad get to running, the bigs get to running. It just, the floor is wide open. You know, can't nobody get back in a set defense. You know, everybody's on a scramble when the ball touches. When it reverses from side to side, everybody's on a scramble. You know, it's hard to guard that. So when the game is that fast, you know, I think it helps us. The coaches have been telling me as a point guard to push the ball, get the ball up and down. So I think he wants us to play fast, just like the game was today. So that, I think that'll be in our.
Troy, do you feel like this is your team now?
I think it's our team. I wouldn't put it in.
Do you feel kind of the leader? Do you feel more comfortable in that role, kind of setting the tone?
Oh yeah. It starts with the one, but I'm not gonna say that it's all me. You know, I want to give positive vibes and be there for the team when they need advice. But I think it's a team effort. It's a team game. It's 5 players on the court and 7 players on the bench plus the coaching staff. I think we need everybody. But I am comfortable with being the guy with the say on the floor. Yes, sir.
They haven't been a very good three-point shooting team, but they were tonight. What was it like? They kept knocking in those threes. Every time you get a little distance, they knock down a couple threes.
Well, a couple of them were our fault. You know, we know that Woodson, number 3, he's a good shooter, and he banged 5 of them. You know, that was our mental mistake. And then number 0, hey, he can shoot. You know, he's known as a driver, but you know, everybody gives us our best play. You know, they come into Cincinnati wanting to go hard, so you never know how the night can be.
You're shaking your head, Shaq.
Yeah, it always seems when everybody come here, they get hot. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Kenyon stop him before the game at all?
He came in at halftime. He just sat in there, listened, and then right before he walked out, he said, just play hard, keep it going.
Does that resonate with you guys? Like, do you understand
I think
what
we're
it means here and how good he was?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And his jersey ain't hanging up in the rafters for no reason.
Yeah.
He was a bucket. He came with a lot of energy, a lot of toughness, and he went to the league. That's say less.
Cool to have him come back.
It's cool. I wish we could see him more, him and the Big O. You know, we see the Big O all the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's good to see Kenyon in there. You know, that just brings us, it just gives us positivity, you know, it gives us happiness that the people from, you know, back then can still come in and show us love. And that just means that we're playing not for just us, but for them too, because they have a rep to hold. Kenyon Martin and Oscar Robinson and whoever else comes, they're all Bearcats, and we're the new Bearcats now, and we play for them too.
Did you guys notice the ovation he got? It was during a timeout, so you might have not noticed that.
The gym went crazy.
Yeah. Definitely.
Did you not know before, like you looked up and all this when he's in center court? Or?
No, I seen him sitting on the side. You seen him?
Yeah, I seen him. Yeah, probably like 2 minutes before the game started, he was coming in.
I kind of looked at Oscar Robinson before the tip, so once I looked at the Big O, I looked a couple seats down, and he was right there.
You guys look ahead a little bit to Sunday, if you would, like the importance of maybe stringing a few together.
Yeah, we just taking one game at a time, and we're gonna rest tomorrow, get the day off, and get in the cold tubs and stuff like that, and we just gonna watch film and stuff that we did wrong in this game, and we're just gonna prepare. And it's a 1-game winning streak. That's all we worrying about.
Yeah. Troy, obviously Tulane's not quite got the reputation of, let's say, Memphis. So how that turnaround? Can you talk about that, playing a team that's maybe not as highly regarded?
Once they're gonna give us their best punch too. You know, it never fails. We just can't come in with a lackadaisical mindset. You know, we got to be ready to play, and we got to play to our best ability.
They beat you here last year, didn't they?
Off a buzzer beater.
Yeah, so I remember that. It was Valentine's Day, too.
Mhm.